Hi, this is Angie Guidry, and I chose number 8 from Chapter 5. I created a visual depiction and description using internet resources of 3 of the following strategies. I chose the KWL chart, predicting, and visualization. KWL chart is used for expository text. You divide the paper into 3 columns. The first column is the K for what they already know. The middle is the W for what they want to know, and the L is for what they learned after reading. You activate prior knowledge by brainstorming what they already know and list it in the first column. Then you set the purpose for reading by listing what they want to know in the middle column. And finally, they summarize what they learned in the last column. This is an example of a KWL chart. I've used it many times, especially when we are reading books like books about animals. I've used it as young as first grade. The kids draw a picture of what they know about the animal, then we list words that describe it, then we write sentences or draw more pictures about what they want to know, and then after reading they write about what they've learned, summarize it. The next strategy I chose was predicting. It activates prior knowledge related to the text. Usually you preview the text, and that's when you would make some predictions. After you make some predictions, the students read the text to determine whether or not their predictions were correct. The goal is to make use of existing knowledge to facilitate understanding of what will come next. Many times explicit instruction and modeling is needed to help the students learn how to use the strategy. First, they might provide a clear description of the strategy by telling the students that this is what good readers do. They try to think of what might happen. Then the teacher would model the strategy in action. She might look at the cover of the book, talk about the picture. They might talk about the picture of the book, talk about the title. Then collaborative use of this strategy would be to ask the students what they think might happen next. She might read a few pages, then stop and ask the students to think about it. The guided practice is when the teacher would remind the students that they'll be making predictions about the story that they're reading, and the teacher asks them to stop and make predictions every few pages. And the students would share their predictions with the rest of the class, and then they continue reading to see if the students were correct. And the final step would be independent use of the strategy, and that would be when the students use the strategy in silent reading. The last strategy that I chose was visualization. It improves comprehension. Sometimes it's referred to as making a movie in your head. Some students may require explicit instruction of how to use this strategy. You could start at like the sentence level. The teacher reads a sentence and then asks the students specific questions about how something looks, smells, tastes, sounds, or feels. This will give the student a detailed image in their head that will help them comprehend what they're reading about. For longer passages, the teacher might do a think aloud process and model for the students how to do that. In elementary school, many times when we read something, we would have the students draw a picture of it so that they could refer back to that, and that would help them to remember what they're reading. Thank you very much.